Good afternoon, this is Dan with Dan's Everything Outdoors, and today I'm going to talk to you about new packs that we just purchased. My son and I are going on a section hike, 115 miles along the Appalachian Trail in the Shenandoah National Park next week, and we decided just to go ahead and pick up a couple budget packs. And the reason being is we've got some really nice bushcrafting packs that we use for going out bushcrafting, but since we're going a little bit longer hike, we decided to pick up some official backpacking type packs, but we didn't want to spend a lot of money right out initially off of high dollar items. This is a Teton Explorer 4000 sports pack, and this is a 65 liter pack, and I thought I would go through and review it a little bit about it for you just to give you an idea what to expect. We picked this up for I think it was 75-80 bucks off from Amazon, and this pack is a pretty decent pack. We've been hiking and practicing hiking roughly anywhere between 3 to 6 miles a day every day, and we've gone on 2 shakedown hikes with it. Each one was roughly, I'm going to say 14 miles, the other one was 20 miles total on these packs, and they did pretty well. So I thought I'd give you some pros and cons, things I liked about it, just a little bit about the pack. So if you're thinking about picking up this pack for a budget hike, then that might be an option for you as well. First off, this pack weighs just a little bit over 5 pounds. We just weighed it. It was 5.09 pounds. And the pack is a pretty durable pack. It's got lots of straps on there. We'll start on the outside first. It's got 2 pockets on the side, and each one kind of looks like it has a waterproof type of zipper for each one of these. And it also has a slide down underneath. I guess that would be maybe for trekking poles, or I think I'd probably use that for an axe or something like that. And it has a strap up top, it looks like, for strapping something down. First off, I'll mention on these that the one thing we wasn't able to do is I had some trekking poles that I did bring along, but I didn't use for a lot of the hike, for my shakedown hikes. And you really couldn't slip them down here, because when the pack's completely filled and when you have things in this pocket, it really doesn't allow you to slide easily a pole into these pockets here underneath these compartments. I like the option of having it, but I don't think I'd be able to use it. I instead just strapped it onto the outside. On this side, we have the same thing. We have one larger pocket. This one has a flap overhang. All right, but the zipper is not as, I guess, waterproof looking as this one is. And it's a pretty deep pocket. And it also has the option to slide something through that. I like to have that option, actually. Some packs don't have that, but at least they give you that option with this pack. On the outside, it has 2 holders for water bottles. We put the Smart Bottle 32-ounce bottles in here, one for each side here. And one thing I did find with these pockets, that when you have the water bottles in here, it kind of interferes with where the pocket is. But if they're slightly slid forward, you should be okay. So I still, as in all things, would rather have the option of having a water bottle, or even if this did sort of interfere, I could just put less stuff in this pocket and I got my water bottles right there. On the bottom side of this pack, you've got normal straps here. You've got, the straps would be used for your ground pad, and they're adjustable. It has a mesh pocket, very small mesh pocket. Almost useless in my opinion, because when the pack is filled out, there's 0 room to slide anything in here unless it's something very small, because the mesh doesn't expand out any on that. And then it has these loops on right here for hanging things. Okay, inside the pack there's a compartment here to zip it open for people to put their sleeping bag in. All right, and optionally you can unzip this compartment, as I've done, to make it one big compartment. And that's what I did just so I could put more stuff down here. And I'm using a trash bag as a liner in here to give me additional protection against any rain that we might have. So I'm not using this as a separate compartment, but it's nice to have that as an option. All right, I will mention that, and I'll show you if I open this up, that behind this zippered compartment, there's a pocket here that can go all the way down to the bottom. And I'm not sure if that's for a water bladder, but I do like the fact that even if you've got, this is zipped up and you've got one compartment here, one compartment here, that this pocket does allow you to slide all the way down behind the anything that's in this pocket. All right, so that's a nice option it has. Inside this area here, you'll also see that there's an internal frame on this, and you can pull these frames out and you can actually bend them to sort of match your body, the way your body is. So that's kind of how it's called an internal frame. There's only 2 of these, and other than that, there's really there might be there's nothing else really in there that would support you, other than maybe it's a little bit stiffer material. Yeah. So this does look like that pocket there is for a bladder that you can hang from here and then feed through a water bladder. The top of it has this drawstring here to pull this in, and these cinch down things, as well as a secondary one to cinch everything down on top of that. So if you're not carrying as much in your pack, you can go ahead and cinch that down. If you need to expand your pack, you can continue filling it up on there. It has a zipper on the inside here to be able to put something in. Zipper compartment for up in your brain. Then actually up here on the brain on the back side is where you can put additional items. So kind of nice, a zipper on both sides. I like that. And then you've got these straps on top for strapping additional items to the top of your pack. I will mention though, it doesn't have any bottom straps on it. So it has these straps for your sleeping pad, but there's no bottom straps on it. On the bottom there's a Velcroed compartment that says rain cover. And that, I thought that was a nice addition to this pack. It comes with a rain cover, and it also comes with this strap that you can strap it to this buckle. So when you pull it up and over your pack, it doesn't slide off the bottom. Nice touch. I will say that this is just barely big enough to fill your pack, and that's just if everything's contained internally. If you have something on the outside of your pack with a poles or another pad, this is not going to cover everything because it's just a tiny bit short, in my opinion. But it is nice to have, and for a couple of bucks you can pick up a larger one and stick it in the bottom there. On this rain cover, I will add that when the pack is completely full, it's really hard. It's using Velcro covered here. It's really hard to peel this Velcro open, which is good. It means it's not going to come undone. It is going to, just something to remember, it is going to be tough to get your finger under that to pull it open. Now these straps here, I think these are for trekking poles, but as I looked at this, there's really, since I'm not experienced backpacker, I'm not exactly sure what these are for. I thought they were for trekking poles or something coming down, but I don't see anything along this area that would allow me to slip something through there. Maybe somebody could leave that in the comment what those are used for, what they use those for. All right, so on the back side here, you'll see that it has an adjustable shoulder strap. And this shoulder strap for me, I measured it from my C7 vertebrae right back here. When you run back your neck, you can feel the first bump. That's your C7 vertebrae, to the very back where it can, if you put your hands like this on your hip, and put your fingers together, then I am, and that's called your iliac crest or your hip bone. That is 19.5 inches for me. And when I measured that on here, I measured from this point right here and into the middle of my backpack, the middle of my backrest here. I couldn't find a lot of information online on this particular pack on how to do that, but the one I did find, how they did it, I'll put a link down below in the description, and that was from the Teton website. So it obviously has a strap here you can pick it up by. It's got your load bearing straps here, and it's got the chest strap here and the hip straps. Well, I will say that on the hip belt, when you have it on, you can't really adjust it. Typically, I've seen a lot of these higher end backpacks where once you put the pack on, you can pull in on the straps and it tightens it up and snugs it up. What I found with this pack is you can't really do that. This doesn't really pull once you got it on, so you kind of got to take it, loosen it up, adjust these to where you want them, and then kind of throw it up on your back a little bit and clamp it down, and then let it fall down onto your hips. And it's a little bit short. If this was just another, I don't know, 2 inches longer, I think this would be the perfect length. It'd cover just a little bit more of your hips. But for what it does, it's working. And I think one part of that may be that it has a larger range, that people that are a lot thinner, that they can probably be able to cinch this down even more. Whereas for me, I have plenty of room extra to be able to adjust. Then I will say on this, some of the things that I did not like about this pack, some cons, is probably just a couple things. And one is that the way this adjustment sits here, it tends to squeak while you're walking. I'm not sure what that is. I was thinking maybe there's some like plastic material here. I could put some silicone, but I don't really see anything. It just squeaks. And the other thing is, when I have it adjusted to my back length where I am, it actually says I'm extra large, but by backpacking terms, I think a 19.5 still fits in the large category. And when you do that, what happens is that you've got this, I've got adjusted to the top, past the top strap, that it tends to wiggle more. Because if you look at this right here, you'll see it's not able to, because I want it to go up to here, there should be some additional straps up here. I think that would allow you to adjust it better. So if they had 2 more of these straps, I think it would give a more dynamic range for that size of a back. Alternately, what you could do is just strap it down two levels lower. Right here. And it's probably still going to be able to, your shoulders are still going to, these will probably still come up over your shoulders, and it's still going to fit you pretty well. And now you have less wiggle in there. You're at somewhat the large range, but per measurement, you're going to only be at about, probably about 18 inches from here to here. So I think this back is, because it's made to be more versatile, you just got to put it on. You got to play with it a little bit. And I'll make a separate video on adjustments of this pack, and you can refer to that. I'll put that down, the links, when I've done that video, and you can take a look at it. And lastly, I'll say that here's on the shoulder straps here, all the straps held pretty well. I didn't find that they were slipping any great amount. I think that over the course of several miles, it might just slip just a tad bit, but they really held tightly, so it has good buckles on it. And that's about it for this, the Teton 4000 Explorer Backpack 65 liter. So go ahead and like this video, and if you want to see more content like this, then please subscribe to the channel and see more videos that I put out. Thanks again for watching, and go out and enjoy everything outdoors. Thanks.